Are you sabotaging your enjoyment of life? Stay tuned and find out. Hey, my happy shiny puppy army. This is Melody Fletcher, author of Deliberate Receiving. Finally, the universe makes some freaking sense. I was having a conversation with one of my clients the other day about how we often sabotage ourselves from truly enjoying life and truly enjoying the moment. And I recalled that in the 90s, I was living in Las Vegas, and I was a dealer in a casino for almost 5 years, one of my past lives in this life. And one of the things I observed back then was that there was a real divide between, as there always is in kind of resort towns or establishments that have a lot of regulars and then the non-regulars. There was a real divide between the locals, or people who came to Vegas a lot, so the people in the know, the people who were used to that, who knew how to act in Vegas, and then sort of the tourists who maybe had never come to Vegas before. And you see the same thing happening in cities where there's a lot of tourism. Like when I lived in Barcelona, there would be people who kind of considered themselves, locals, even though they were foreigners, and then the tourists who would come in. And that divide it usually can be seen by the level of enthusiasm that people have. So while the locals are people who gambled a lot, people who are in the casinos a lot, barely gave things a second glance. There's these huge casinos with these gorgeous decorations, and you've got, something that looks like an Eiffel Tower and something that looks like a little New York, and these giant, amazing creations. They're the size of small cities, really, that you go by every day, but you're used to it, so you don't really give it another glance. And so when people like that would gamble, people who came to Vegas a lot or people who lived there, they usually didn't have a whole lot of emotion going on. So, they'd put their chips in, maybe they'd lose a hand, place another bet, win a hand, Everything was kind of yeah? There wasn't a lot of emotion. If they won, there wasn't a lot of emotion. When they lost, there was just not a lot of emotion. And then I dealt very high stakes games, but every once in a while they give you a break and they put you on the $5 table, which is considered a low stake game, low limit table, the lowest limit table that large casinos have. So $5 blackjack, for example, and you get some tourist from the Midwest or whatever who's really never been to Vegas or maybe been, to Jackpot one time or Reno one time, and they're placing a $5 bet. Now, don't get me wrong, $5 per bet can add up to a lot of money, but still in Vegas terms, it's not an incredible amount of money. And so they place that $5 bet, and if they won, or God forbid, got a blackjack, they would lose their goddamn minds. They would be high-fiving the entire table and joking around and having a fantastic time. And if they lost, there would still be sort of a big reaction. Oh, well, better luck next time. I thought I had that one. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, and they would sort of rile each other up, and they were having the best time. And I always thought, I always enjoyed dealing at those tables so much because they were having such a party. And then I also remember the disdain that the locals, of which I was one, actually, I was only there for just under 5 years, but when you work in a casino, you're considered kind of a local, and the disdain that many locals or dealers would have for people like this. Tourists, look at them, $5. The guy got excited about $5, because apparently $5 isn't worth getting excited about. Yeah? Or, look at them rubbernecking and looking at these buildings that we walk by every day, because aren't we special? And can you just get out of my way? You just slow everything down, you stupid tourists. And you see that again, you see it in cities where there's a lot of tourism as well. And there's this whole philosophy that when you're used to something, or when something is deemed small, like $5, that it's not worth getting excited about. And what we're really saying in that moment is, that's not a big enough deal for me to get into a state of enjoyment for it. Now, I know that many of you are not extroverts, many of you are introverts, and you may be bristling at the idea of having to come out and be all like, woohoo, that's amazing. You don't. What I'm talking about is giving yourself permission to really enjoy what it is that you're doing. However you choose to then express that is up to you. And I always wonder, if you can no longer enjoy what you're doing because you're so used to it or you've deemed it such a tiny deal, then why are you doing it? Why not go do something new? And why do we have disdain for people who are enthusiastic about something, who are showing that enthusiasm because we have deemed it not a big deal? Is it not cool? Is it more cool to be cynical and not enjoy your life? And really, it is about the little moments. It's about those tiny little moments. Our lives are made up of tiny little moments, billions, trillions, cajillions of tiny little moments. And many times we try to focus on the big stuff that's hopefully coming, but usually still in the future, instead of focusing on all the little stuff that's going on around us all the time. There's so many more of those moments. Now, from a law of attraction point of view, of course, enjoying the moment, focusing on the moment is a great way to get into the now, where all your power is. And if you're enjoying the moment, even if it's something small, if you're just giving yourself permission to really enjoy it and celebrate it, and you look for ways to get into that state, guess what you're doing with your energy? You're saying, more of this, please, more of this, please. Not more of these tiny little things, please. More things that I can get ridiculously happy about. More things that I can get stupid enthusiastic about, please. Bring me more stuff like this. Fill my life with stuff like this. Because I don't want to be sitting on the couch going, meh. I don't want to go to a beautiful foreign city and go, meh. Been there, done that, next. I don't want to be bored. So what I'm suggesting that we all do is to do what we enjoy, but also to enjoy what it is we do. So that's my video for you guys this week. If you are watching this anywhere but on my blog, then please head over to deliberatereceiving.com and click on blog. You can leave comments there. You can meet the Happy Shiny Puppy Army. You can sign up for my free ebook, which will give you the 7 Secrets of Manifestation, and enter you into the Happy Shiny Puppy Army, my tribe of amazingly powerful creators who cannot wait to meet you. Until next week, I'm Melody Fletcher. Huge Happy Shiny Puppy hugs to all of you. Bye.